can't see anything to secure it with.
A quick look outside of the courtyard. Again, now the clouds are a little bit thicker. There's still moon that kind of peeks through every once in a while. You don't see anything out of the ordinary in the courtyard, and everything is pretty quiet. You do occasional chirping of owls and crickets and things like that.
Do we want to go put it back up?
Well, it didn't just go down by itself.
You can, Barry. If you want to re-roll, you can. I forgot. Go ahead. Thank you for reminding me. I forget. I've never had a halfling before. Nice. So Barry, as you heard that, you looked out the window and you saw a small goblin kind of run out of the actual building to the north and run across the bridge.
Must have missed one.
Thanks, Barry, for reminding me. I'll try to remember in the future.
No problem. So it was just him that I saw?
Just one. That's all you saw.
Okay. Well, I'll wake everybody up to let them know, definitely.
Thank you.
I don't know where they came from, just somewhere up north.
Which way did
Kel
they
is
go?
still there?
Kel is still there. She seemed to sleep right through all the noise and the clatter and is literally sawing logs.
Where'd they go again, Barry?
Headed towards the drawbridge.
Yep.
I don't know how they managed to get the bridge down so quickly, though. Are we going to go out and engage them?
Yeah, we should probably get the bridge back up, huh? Otherwise they bring more people through.
So as you look out, you see now that both doors are open now that you've had a chance to take a look. And yeah, Barry, you're definitely sure you saw one goblin run out of the north tower and then run immediately across what was probably the drawbridge. It did have a small sack that it was carrying with it.
You guys coming with us? Melton and William?
Well, William never woke up.
I think she said she woke
I'll
you
come
guys
with
up.
you.
Yeah.
She said she woke you guys up.
William he feigns unconsciousness.
Okay. So
I'll open the door and go outside.
yeah, so as you step outside, you immediately hear the normal sounds of owls and birds and crickets starting to come back after the loud noise of the drawbridge falling. Since there was a period of time of discussion in the church itself, the goblin that had ran across the drawbridge is not able to be visualized where you're at. Immediately doing a quick survey of the area, you don't see anything else that appears to be a threat at this point. The drawbridge definitely is down, however, and both chains are extended.
Go in this hut,
Okay.
and I'll start winching it back up.
I'll go on that one and winch it up.
Yeah, so as you're winching it back up, you guys are able to winch it up without much difficulty. It comes back up. You do notice, Stig, on yours that the brake has been broken, and so you kind of have to sort of jimmy rig it to get the brake to hold the chains up.
Can I mend it?
You can mend it. I forgot about that. Yep, you sure can.
I will mend it.
Alrighty, so you mend the brake back into position. Melton, your brake appears to be in not broken at all, however, was unlatched when you walked up there.
All right, I'll latch it.
Alrighty, gotcha. So latched to that one. You mend yours, Stig. Barry, you continue to kind of keep watch outside and look. Other than the small bird flying by, night owls, things like that. You don't see anything else that's moving in the area. Obviously, you're doing a very good perceptive kind of looking to the north as well as to the west and to the south, or the east, I mean, and still no other objects moving out and about.
Do these doors have locks on them?
They do on the inside, not on the outside. So you can bar them from inside, so if they rush through, you can
okay.
prevent them from
Yeah.
getting in the tower.
What do you think, Barry? Ready to crash out again?
Well, may as well.
Alrighty. So you all go back in. Okay. Barry, about 30 minutes left on your watch. However, most of the group is kind of up at this point, so you guys all extend your watch a little bit longer just so you can get the full 8 hours rest. You guys are able to sleep throughout the night without any difficulties. That was the only real thing that happened throughout the night. And then, William, on your rest, as you were resting, the clouds had gotten much thicker. The light had kind of dimmed down from the actual moon, and now there's a light misty rain that's kind of pouring down, and you feel a cool kind of wind, cool chill wind coming from the west out of the mountains, blowing into the actual Palisades. You guys have just awoken from your long rest. Kind of a dreary day, rainy, kind of misty. No fog for the fog fans out there, William. And Kella wakes up and kind of stretches her back. Says, it's the best rest I've gotten in a couple days. Thanks for keeping an eye on me, folks.
You didn't backstab us?
Why would I backstab you? You helped save me. You fed me.
What a weird town. Well, we gotta get across to that keep now.
Maybe we can make something out of some of these destroyed buildings. Get across.
We don't have the power of flotation at all, do we?
You could make something that floats if you wanted.
I meant float in the air.
Oh. I don't know.
Aerial flotation. It's in the manual.
I think we should check out this other building over here and find that chest. And then go over there.
I thought we looked in that building.
I didn't look at that building. Who looked in the building?
Alright, let's look in that building.
Alrighty. So you go over to the building. It's a stable. There's a barn, dirt floor on the floor. You do see that there's a large rock in the center of the building, and you see there's a hayloft that's filled with haystacks and sacks of oats up top. You do see that 2 of the sacks of oats have been knocked over and have been poured down on the floor.
Alright, I'm very suspicious of haylofts, lofts of hay, so I'm gonna take the greatsword and poke it in one.
Alrighty. So you kind of poke up and into the hay, and nothing happens.
How many haylofts are there?
Just one.
You're from the city.
He is from the city, isn't he? It's all good. Hayloft is kind of like an upper attic where they store hay.
Oh.
Haystacks are what you're thinking of. That's what you're thinking of.
Alright, fair enough.
It's all good. But you go up into the loft, you stick your sword into the haystacks. There's nothing moving around in it.
Well, how did they get the hay from up there to the bottom? It'll get all everywhere.
I'll lift it.
A lift. At that point, why not just put it in the bottom floor?
I love you, Matt. All right, so there's nothing up there.
All right, well, I hope you're happy.
They
Melton.
put animals inside usually. Oh, I'm sorry, I did misspeak. I apologize. There are 5 riding horses that are confined in the wooden stalls in the bottom of it. That answers
Hey.
Matt's question. So
Well, there's 5 of us. That's perfect.
excellent.
Except we don't steal these animals. That's right. I'm a lawful good. Darn. Oh, well.
Throw down some hay for him.
With your sword.
Yeah, I grab a pitchfork that I assume is in there somewhere.
It is. It's up there in the hayloft.
I throw some hay down.
So you see William throw the hay down into the horses, and the horses readily eat it up.
There, now they won't starve.
Thanks, William.
Yeah, you're welcome, lizard. Alright. That's all the buildings. Let us deal with the broken bridge. Too big to be mended, I assume.
Yes, a little too big to be mended.
So it's 15 feet whole,
So,
if that measurement's accurate.
Yeah, so it's a 70-foot long bridge. It's 10 foot wide, sloped, so it goes upwards, used to connect the village bailey to the motte. However, a rock, you assume, has struck and destroyed the bridge and destroyed a 15-foot long section, cutting off the keep from the village. Looking at the keep, you see that the keep has been badly damaged with 2 additional or multiple rocks that have hit the keep and broken some of the walls. The outer
Did
wall
we see
appears to be
any
intact.
ladders or anything around when we were poking around in those buildings?
Yes, there is a ladder in the farm, in the barn there. There's a ladder that goes up to the top. It's not connected to the hayloft, so that goes up 10 feet, so that's a 10-foot ladder. And then there was ladders in the trading post as well.
We just tie them together and lay them across.
A couple on the watchtowers, it looks like, too, maybe.
Oh yeah, yep, there are ladders in the watchtower, yep.
Alright, let's get 2 together.
The watchtowers are, okay, sounds good. So you're going to tie them together?
Yep, we
Alrighty,
got rope.
gotcha. So you tie up the ladders and you make a 20-foot ladder.
And we'll lay it across.
Alrighty, so you lay it across.
Lightest person should go first and hold it in place for the rest of us. Who's the lightest person here?
I think that'd be either me or Melton.
Yeah, I think so too.
Did I buy a scale? Let me look. No.
I weigh 90 pounds.
All right, I'll go across first then.
Alrighty.
But I'll go first.
No, Melton, you gotta lose some weight. You're not the lightest one here.
Well, Melton is a deep gnome and not a regular gnome. Deep gnomes are heavier,
Okay.
between 80 and 120 pounds.
I'm
just
pretty
so
sure
you know.
that's a halfling.
Barry, you're gonna go across the rope or the ladder.
Who looks like they would be the one who'd have the most problem going across?
Probably William, to be honest with you.
Stig can swim. So.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. And Stig is used to sometimes being on, hands and knees or hands and feet.
I did want to explore the water, but that'd be a horrible way to die on my own.
Okay, well, William, watch what I'm doing, and hopefully you can follow in my footsteps and get across. And I'll cast guidance on him before I go.
Nice. Very nice. Sounds good. So Barry, you can, yeah, perfect. So she crosses without any issues. So Barry's on the other side now. She definitely kind of goes across, but she does it not showing off. She just shows you the right way to do it.
Alright, I'll try and go across. Is there a check for me at all?
Yeah, there is. It's going to be an acrobatics.
Alright, acrobatics.
And I think you get the D4 as well. Is that right with the guidance?
Yes, D4.
I believe
Dang, William.
with the guidance.
Look at that. So he shows off a little bit, Barry, coming across, but he makes it deftly.
Whew.
I will go across too.
Alrighty, acrobatics. Nice. Melton makes it across without any issues.
And I get my owl up,
Alrighty.
and I send him to fly over the gatehouse or whatever there to take a look around while everybody else is crossing.
Alright, sounds good.
I'll motion for Kella.
She shakes her head. I can't do that. I'm petrified of water and I can't swim.
You're a monk.
I'll tie a rope to you. And if you fall, you'll just swing. You may hit something, but
I'm really not comfortable with this. I'll protect out here and make sure if anybody comes, I'll yell. I can't do that. I'm sorry, Stig. I can't do it.
Stig.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Stig. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
I'm not. She starts. You kind of see some tears kind of come down. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I'll go across.
All right, Stig. So you have no issues kind of going across. Kella kind of stands here and she sort of turns the other way and kind of looks and she says, "I'll just sit here and wait. If you need help, just I guess yell." I'll do the same. Does anybody have a signaling whistle?
Ah, damn! I knew I forgot to buy something.
She's
I
like,
have an hourglass.
I'll check the store. I'll check the trading post.
You'll make sure you pay for that.
I will.
Not gonna pay for it.
She kind of waves and says, "Be careful over there, okay?"
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the ladder over.
Alrighty. So the ladder, you kind of pull it. It looks like it's going to hit the water, but you're able to definitely get it up and kind of lay it across the walkway here.
Yeah, now she can't strand us here.
What do we see up here?
Yeah. So as you walk up the incline of the wood ladder there, you walk up to the gateway, the gate house of the keep. You notice that it's a wood shingled, high pitched rooftops, and you see a set of large oak doors on iron hinges. But when you notice the doors, they're closed at this point, but you don't see any guards up in the guard towers.
A giant H
It is a giant H.
for hole.
There you go.
For hill. It's a hill.
I'll try the door.
For hide. So you push on the doors, and they don't push, but when you grab onto it to pull open, the door actually pulls open easily, which opens into a large courtyard.
A classic puzzle.
Alright, I guess walk into the courtyard.
So as you kind of walk into the courtyard, you see many large rocks strewn all about the place. You see that the walls have been smashed. You see rocks sitting up on the upper parapet, kind of around the edge there, the walkway. You don't see any people here. However, you do see there's a couple of bodies of what appears to be human guards that are dead underneath the rock in front of you.
Wait a second. So these rocks on the ground,
Yep.
do they have any kind of slide marks in them, like they came in at an angle, or like they came straight down?
So these came straight down. Matter of fact, now that you think about it, when you think of it that way, all the rocks in the regular part of the city all came straight down as well.
So, these weren't lobbed, these were dropped. Huh. It's weird. How would giants even be able to do that? Maybe it was just all dragons.
I think bullets did it. I think bullets brought the rocks up and they spit them out.
I don't think bullets are that tactical.
I seen them stomp a ranger's guts in.
That was just a story.
Guy was a gloomstalker.
Yeah, they weren't called that back then.
You do see that the entrance to the keep, the door to the keep, is on the north side here. You do see the wall on the northwest parapet is completely destroyed, and you could walk into the castle through that tower there too. Yep.
I'm gonna go through that way. It's... all I know, they got the front guarded. Now, to call in or to sneak in? What do we want to do?
Well, I doubt any goblins got across that hole in the bridge.
Alright, I call in. I tell them we're here looking for any survivors.
So as you kind of get up to the rubble, you see there's a huge pile of rubble that's there, and it'd probably be about 10 feet up to walk in, and then 10 feet slope down on the other side, so you can't necessarily see in. You can see up in the top room. It appears to be what looks like maybe a guard's room, as multiple beds and things are crushed. You don't see anybody up in the upper room as well, so you kind of yell in, you said?
Yeah.
Alright, you kind of yell across the area, and you don't receive any response.
Alright. I go in over the rock into the... a map.
So as you enter, you see what appears to be I know the order's out of place. You guys can rearrange your order if you want to. It appears to be what looks like was probably the kitchen of the keep itself. Most of it is buried in rubble. On the walls, you can see some cupboards that are there. They are opened, however, and it does look like not necessarily ransacked, but looks like most of the stuff has been removed out of the cupboards. The door to the east is closed.
I fight away the fog of war. Wait, I guess I have to use this door to do that. Yeah.
You're funny.
Alright, here we go.
All right. So as you open up the door, this opens into a great hall that is buried under a ton of rubble and large rocks. You see that on one of the oak dining room tables on the far end of the room, on the far eastern end of the room, is it's a large oak dining table that was not ruined. However, you see 4 humans, 3 women and 1 male, standing over a body of what looks like a woman, and they appear to be arguing back and forth.
Alright, I'll wait for all my guys to enter.
Alrighty. They don't seem to really notice you as you guys are arguing back, or as they are arguing back and forth. You hear one of them say, "Kaylin, I told you, we need to get her to safety. This is not a safe place." And then Torum, she's like, "I'm telling you, this is where we need to hold up. The bridge is out. They can't get to us. We need to wait for Waterdeep to send reinforcements." And Alara's like, "She's not going to make it. There's no healers here. We have no way to get her better. Who knows? She could be dead already."
I can heal her.
They all quickly turn around. You hear the swords come out all together at once, whoosh, and they immediately stand at you. They're like, "Halt! Don't come any closer."
We represent the Lord's Alliance. We are looking for survivors.
Prove it.
Did Lord
let me heal her.
Alliance give us any identification?
I forgot my ID badge in my other loincloth.
Give me a second. I got a paper that says we can do it. But we're Lord's Alliance. Hang on for a second. Let's go back here in this room.
They all stand there. All right, you can go back, but the rest of you stay here. I see William kind of patting his pockets.
They never gave us identification. How the hell are we supposed to represent this faction?
Alrighty. So you guys are all standing there, and Melton walks through the door and closes the door. And before Melton comes back, they all kind of look at you, and there's that uneery silence, like where each of you are kind of staring each other down. One of the guards looks at you and says, "How'd you get across the bridge?"
We made our own.
Goblins still there?
Destroyed.
Most of them, at least.
It was pretty quiet last night. Melton, you kind of come back through the door again.
Yep. I said, here's our paperwork right here.
So one of the guards seems to be probably, I don't know, maybe the most senior, even though they don't really seem to have a leader. Kind of steps up and kind of looks through the paperwork, and she kind of rubs it a little bit. And she says, "Keelan, do you think this ink's wet? Look at this ink. Would you take a look at this?" Keelan takes a quick look at it, kind of rubs the paper as well. "Nah, it's dry. It's not wet." She kind of looks around. She says, I think it's legit. We'll put our swords down. No funny business, okay? Please, this is Lady Valrosa. She got hit by one of the rocks. And they kind of move out of the way to let you guys kind of come up to the table.
Guessing the table's up here.
It is, yeah, right there. That'd be perfect, right in the center of the room. So,
Well-
go ahead.
My friend Stick could probably help her.
You're not going to eat her, are you?
No, I don't eat people. There's rumors that we think people are the tastiest meat around, and it's not true. It's an old wives' tale.
I heard lizard folks say they call us long pigs.
They said,
And short pigs for gnomes.
right. Weird group. I don't get it.
She's passed on. She's beyond my ability to help her.
No, she can't be. You're wrong. She's gonna live.
You're gonna have to go to a higher level cleric.
I told you guys we need to take her to Waterdeep. I said that. We couldn't leave, right? I mean, how could we leave here? A couple of them kind of tearful, kind of sitting there. One of them kind of goes over and kind of puts her hand kind of on her face and just kind of lightly caresses the side of her face. And I miss you, lady.
We have some questions we'd like to ask.
The one that was Alara and Colleen, they're just kind of there, sort of upset. One of them walks up and she says, Sidri Hunlar. I think I can probably answer questions that you have. I have questions for you too, though.
All right. Would you like to go first?
No, you can ask, please.
Where'd these rocks come from?
From the sky. 3 nights ago, we were bombarded in the middle of the night by a giant castle in the sky. It was on a cloud, floating. They kept dropping rocks over and over. Eventually, the keep got cut off by a rock that hit the bridge and broke it. We couldn't get to them, and we were so under fire here that it was difficult for us to help.
They?
They, the giants?
The giants in the sky did this.
Yeah. What happened was once the bridge was broken and the rocks were falling, we lost leadership out in the town itself. The people of the village, they lowered the drawbridge and they ran north. That's what they're supposed to do. That's especially what's supposed to happen. But they're usually, they're supposed to come to us. But with the bridge out, they didn't really have any other option, so they ran.
And they ran to... Go further.
A mile away, there's some bat caves. Maybe they hid there. That's where we would go if we were going to hide. We would expect them to be back, though. I don't know why. It's been 3 days, so I would expect to see somebody.
We found one survivor, a monk.
I don't know of any monk in our town that lives there. Could have been a traveler.
She did say she was a traveler.
Gotcha.
Yes, she did.
Maybe. We had some visitors that had shown up a few days before the attack. I think there was a family that was there. They said they were traveling south to Daggerford. I don't know if they left. I hadn't been to the inn in a couple days. I was stationed here. I was on my watch, but I'm not sure.
What can you tell us about the black stone that used to be in the center of town?
It's amazing how do you know there's a black stone in our town?
We were informed to investigate it from the Lord's Alliance.
The glyph started lighting, apparently.
She eyes both of you as you say that. You see this sense of distrust in her face. Yes? What about glyphs in the rock?
Oh, we were just told to investigate an anomaly with it, and that was it. We weren't here to confiscate it or anything.
We certainly weren't here because of the falling rocks and the giants.
Really? Maybe the giants... You seem to know a lot about the rock. Why is that?
We only know what our officer tells us.
She kind of looks back and forth. She looks over to the other guards. They seem to sense kind of her feeling of distrust, and they slowly kind of stand up and kind of get everything kind of composed. And Sidri looks at you and says, "It's interesting your timing. After the attack, bridge is cut off to the keep. You suddenly show up. Don't you think that's kind of curious? And you're asking about the rock after it's gone? Seems coincidental, doesn't it?"
No,
Right.
not really, because if we had anything to do with what happened, why would we be asking these questions? We're really here at the behest of our Lord's Alliance contact, and we are only here to help you.
She kind of puts her hand down and feels the lady's neck again, almost as if she's checking to see if she's alive or not. She kind of brings the hand back up and she looks to the others. Like, what do you guys think? They kind of shrug their shoulders. Sidri looks back. She says, "I'm sorry. It's been a long couple days. I apologize. I don't understand. Like, why would they take that rock? That rock's been there for centuries. Doesn't make any sense, does it?"
The giants took the rock?
Yeah, there was 4 pale-skinned giants. They descended out of the sky. They reached down, grabbed the rock without, they were like floating there, pulled the rock out, and then they floated back up to the castle. After that, the Cloud Castle left soon after, drifted eastward. It was a funny looking castle too. It had like something weird on the top of it. I don't know what it was. It's hard to see with the clouds around it, but there was definitely a shape on top of the castle. I don't know. It's bizarre. Sadly, yeah.
Should we bury your friend? What's your customs here?
Lady Nandathar. So she's her husband's buried close to here. Probably should put them together.
Are y'all the remaining survivors here?
We are. Nobody else in the keep. Just the four of us.
Would you mind if we escort you back to our alliance?
I need to find my people. The people of the city.
That's true.
Can't leave them.
And you said they went north to the caves?
I'm assuming that's where they went. That's where I would have gone. I saw them going north. I don't know if they went to the caves themselves, but I think probably. Do you think you can help us with recovering our folks? We don't really have a leader either. She has no kin. I don't know who's going to run this town now.
That'll be for you all to decide once we get the rest of you back.
I see.
Well, I guess we'll move on to the north. We did find a couple horses. I'd ask your permission for us to use them.
Of course you can use them. I think we'll stay and try to repair the bridge, I guess. That way when the people come back, they'll at least have somewhat of a fort that they can use for defense.
That would be for the best.
How long should we wait?
Alright, thank you for the information.
Sure. Sure. You guys do notice that she does have a very nice gold wedding ring on her hand, her left hand. Looks to be of significant value.
Oh, trying to code us into stealing that.
I'm just commenting.
Our treasure sense, is picking up something.
Just confirming that she's married.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes. None of us, try to go for that. Alright.
Well, her wedding ring? No.
No, her, as a wife. Obviously. Alright, let's get out of here.
Alrighty. So you guys gonna go back out the way you came or out the front door this time?
Might as well use the front door unless they just barred the hell out of it.
No, it's not barred. All the doors are open and unbarred. They have the bridge.